Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
So welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black Men's podcast where various black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got Adam.
Yo.
And we got James.
I'm just here now trying to get sued.
So, as usual, if you like this podcast, make sure to come in and subscribe. Make sure to like it up, help us out, help us build this channel, help us build this brand. Also, check us out on various different podcast platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. All the links are down below. Also, just so you know, we're also on Rumble. I know we've been having some issues uploading over there on Rumble. I don't know what's going on. We're trying to get that fixed. So hopefully by the time this podcast comes out, that issue is finally corrected. And what else? Oh, I do want to say this too. So as for the Patreon, because we do have a Patreon, but I haven't really uploaded much content on there because we're trying to grow the audience here first. And once we grow the audience, then we'll start working on the Patreon. So if we start getting subscribers over there, then I'll start to upload. But right now, we do have a Patreon. So if you want to support the channel, check that out. We do have exclusive content. But as soon as we get one patron over there, I'm definitely going to start working very hard and very quickly to start uploading a lot of content because we got a lot of backup content that needs to go up on there. So if you want to check that out, make sure to go over there. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get started.
I feel like you have a very few amount of people who are willing to put in the work, like you said, and willing to make their goals and their dreams come true. Then you have people that just want that handout, that want the help, so that way they can do it or at least half-heartedly do it. But that also comes down to individual mentality. If they're willing to do it, or if they're willing to work together to make a dream come true, that will not only boost themselves up, but, I don't know, later on, have some type of thing within their company that allows grants or whatnot to go out to African Americans and people who are trying to start their own business. It's not in the sense of saying I'm going to start a business so I can support other businesses. No, I started a business so I can support myself. Now, if I get to a certain level, and I'm well off now, then I can, create something that may help other people get off their feet, to help start their businesses, which will, continue the cycle. But it's not very likely of it happening. It's going to happen. It happens every day, but just not on the same level as in other communities it would. Because when you're in the community, you're supposed to be about the community and yourself. You make sure yourself is good first in the community. And for some people, they see it's the opposite. I want to make sure the community is good first, then myself. Or at least that's how they voice it, to make it seem like, the honeyed words in a sense. It's not.
I think I used to think like you guys when I was younger. And then one thing happened. Those are a few things, but one thing always sticks out in my head when I have conversations like this with young people. Obviously, I'm in a car like that, and I had a sponsor that I worked with, and we built cars. He helped me build my car, all this. He had an amazing shop, and we used to always hang out over there. Well, one time, this white kid came in there, and he was renting on a car, and it was like an old school car that he was making into some cool. He was building this crazy car, and we just didn't pay no attention to him. And one day his mom came in, and we just talked to his mom because she's cute or whatever. So we just sparked up a conversation with her. This chick literally had a job that her job had to have been a damn near 7-figure situation. And she was like, look, we made sure to hold our kid to a very strict standard. He is captain of the debate team. He's captain of the lacrosse team. He's got a 4.2 GPA. He's got blah, 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 blah. Okay. She said, so basically, he's about to be a senior. Now, we know he's probably going to go to an Ivy League school, and then he's either going to end up working for his dad's company, or he's going to be in some, white collar Fortune 500 company doing whatever the hell makes him money. And we're like, okay, like, damn, you got this whole shit mapped out. She was like, well, yeah, pretty much. So she said, this is the time where I want to give him some, I forgot the word she used, but in my head I thought like color. So she said, we bought him this car, and this is a rare car, and we basically bought it as a piece of crap, and we bought all the components to make it an amazing car. So he's going to take this whole summer and he's going to build this car by himself. And this will be the only thing blue collar he does in his entire life. And then once he's finished, he can drive it to school his senior year. And then he can have fun with it for that year. And if when he sells it, the car is so rare and built that he'll make money off of the sale, and he can keep that money and he can use that towards whatever he wants to do, enterprising or what have you. And I looked at this chick like, that is the most genius gangster shit I've ever heard. Like, your son's life is already planned out for him. Even if he up, he's gonna have Ivy League set up, white collar all the way. I don't know any black person that's ever been like, yo, I'm gonna take Lamont and I'm gonna teach this how to do stocks, and he's gonna end up being a billionaire. Instead, we teach black people, hey man, don't snitch, keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Do the jerk. You know what I'm saying? Pop your collar, do the stanky leg. You know what I'm saying? Don't fight that dude over there. You know what I'm saying? Don't back down. School is for nerds.
You're not wrong on that, James. That's true. That is what's really taught in our community. Within the community, and majority of us are within the community. There are very few of us who are actually outside of the community or outside that area, that they either inherited or that they went through themselves, just like, this one woman did. But very rare. Now, that's similar. I got a story about my friend's boyfriend, right? He grew up in a very wealthy family. His father is a professor at one of the universities out in Diamond Bar. Not University in Diamond Bar, Long Beach University. His mother is a Long Beach University teacher as well. However, she stopped working so that way she can create her own business, her own daycare. She takes care of all the children within their community. They live in a gated community in Diamond Bar. So she makes a good amount of money, over 100 figures herself, just take care of those kids. He brings in all this money, right? They had 5 kids altogether. Now, one of them went off to the military. One of them went off to the university. 2 of them were underage, right? So that's the careers that they chose to go into. And the one in the military is an officer. Now, the boyfriend, Drake, he believed in that. He believed he was well off. He did not need to go the route he did, but he did because he thought it was cool and he listened to people, and he was just like, well, I'm not the same thing. I'm not going to be a sellout. I'm going to go and this is what I want to do because it will show the people that I'm really this person, really about this life. And he didn't need to be. I feel a lot of people, you go into that life because you don't really have any outlet. Or you got in trouble and you don't know how to get yourself out of it. So this is the only area that you're really going to be in until you get the knowledge or until you are able to get yourself out. But majority of them don't. He got caught transporting coke in the trunk of a car going across state line. he went to jail for a long time. You know, his parents, with the money that they had, they was able to get him out earlier, you know, reduce sentence or whatever it was. Basically, he's out now. But the whole caveat is to that is similar to what you're saying. His brothers went a certain route because they had this route available to them. You know, they're doing good. They're well off now. Not exactly on that level, but they're well off for themselves. The other brother who listened and thought that this is what he needed to do because he was black and this is how black people live, went this route. And now he doesn't have anything and he's struggling because his parents cut him off from everything because they gave him another chance and he didn't want to take it. He wanted to live this life. Now, I don't know if that's going to be his future 100%, but that's what it's been like for the last 10 years. So I do agree with you that one, we do have ways to get there. As well, you know, it's different ways, but we do have ways. Now, it's not as common as our white counterparts in their family and how they have everything marked straight ahead for him. You know, they didn't have everything marked. They didn't have everything marked. They was just given two ways. They said you either go to the military or you go to school and we'll support you. And that was it. And then you build, you know, you do what you want to do from there as long as you're within these two areas. So I feel like we do have the choice. You know, we do have choices, but not all of us are given a silver spoon like how some of us are, or you know, as many people as white people are given silver or golden spoons. I feel like we should take more, be more involved in our children and try and teach them things that we know now that we didn't know when we was children, but our parents didn't know. But you know, now that knowledge is much more accessible to us and to any individual, it's kind of like, well, why wouldn't you, or why didn't you at this point?
But
Sorry, my baby started crying, man.
no, okay.
So I mean, I agree with you. You're right. You are right. Because there are things I wish I knew when I was younger that my parents didn't know, wasn't able to teach me that I now know that going to teach my children when they get older. Because right now they're not understanding of it. But I also see it if I had known certain things, my life would probably be different. Well, not be different. It would be different, you know. But I also think that it's also self-discipline as well. When we get 18, 16, 17, 18, we start learning a lot more information. Now, also at those ages, we are very influenceable. We are influenced by like fast money, fast life, and people who have things that we don't, and we listen to them. Some of those people end up in the bad crowd because they listen to people that they shouldn't be listening to because they seem like, hey, this is the way you want to go if you want to get what I got. While others, they're not that influenceable, or they're more on a strict release, like how that mother was with her child. Like, this is what you're going to do. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Okay. But I'm just trying to say, like, you're right. I believe you're right. We do have people like that, but it's not nowhere as near as our white counterparts do, or how they go about doing things.
Exactly. But it's supposed to be that way.
It is. But I also believe that when they say that, I'm not trying to defend them, how they say that we're trying to catch up for doing the 400-year catch up later. We are catching up. It's more accessible and we're able to do things a lot more, you know, than we were able to do just 40 years ago, 30 years ago. So I think that in the near future, probably within the next, you know, 30 years, 40 years, we're going to see a big increase in Black businesses. And hopefully from that, it spans out to be actually the community itself that takes advantage of it and not just individuals.
Man,
that's what I said, hopefully.
It's not hopefully. That's the problem still. Your mentality is still the problem. Not to be in, but let me ask you a question straight up. Okay, so you're in your 30s, right?
Yeah.
When did you get your first phone?
My first phone,
Mm-hmm.
I bought, well, I didn't buy it. My mom got it for me when I was 18, but I didn't understand how it really works with payments and
Exactly.
everything.
What kind of phone was it? Remember?
It was a Sprint Rumor.
Okay. So was it green screen? Did it have snake? What did it have? Pictures, camera, what?
It had a camera. It had the QWERTY phone, the one where you can flip up and then you have like a whole text messaging thing right there.
Mm.
And it kind of had like Snake games. It was like an old school one, so it was like, I mean, not old, but at that
Right.
time, Snake and Mine and Solitaire.
Yeah, just basic, right? Okay.
Oh, say it again.
Said basic stuff.
Yeah,
When you were 18, right?
yeah,
So okay, so 18. 15 years later, right?
yeah.
It's today, right?
It's say
Pretty
18
close.
years later,
15
like
years
15.
later.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
15. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 years later,
Uh-huh.
what kind of phone do you have?
Got the iPhone 13.
You have a what?
iPhone 13.
Okay. You got an iPhone. What's
Yeah.
that? The only thing that you can't do is drive your car, right?
Oh man, if I had a Tesla, yeah, it would.
See?
But no,
Okay.
no.
Exactly. Exactly. If you had a Tesla, that would drive you around.
Yeah,
15 years. Did you see how fast technology changed? Did you see how fast everything developed?
yeah. And I didn't see it at first, but now that we're older, now that I'm older, and I'm actually looking back on it. It's crazy. It is crazy
Okay.
how fast it developed.
It's right. It's insane, right?
Yeah.
But you just said, hopefully in 30 double. What the technology just changed in? You hope that black people will kind of start developing more businesses and shit. And hopefully.
Yes.
How the hell is that possible?
That they would start doing more, creating more businesses.
You said 30 years.
Yeah.
I just showed you the evolution of a cell phone. 15 years is doing basically the only thing it's not doing is you can't marry your phone yet.
I mean,
But
in Japan, man. No, I'm just
it's
playing
probably
with
coming.
you.
It's probably coming. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what I'll say to this, the reason why I gave that number is because technology is changeable. And, it is fat. It is, no. Okay, look here. You can change technology.
He's about to go right into the trap. Come on with it. Come on with it.
You can
I do
change
this to
technology.
G all the time.
Wait. Okay, wait. So if this is what I think it is, what I'm going to say next is you can't change human nature.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I fell into your trap. Go ahead, because
Yep.
that's what I was going for.
It's going right into it. So you can't change human nature, right?
Well, you can, but you can't change it. You can't always change it on the as fast as you want to change it. That's what I will say, because I have found out recently that you can. People, even in their old age, when I used to believe that people are set in their ways, that's not true. It's not true that they're not set in their ways. They just don't want to change. It's not that they're not.
Right. So, okay. So now you're saying people can change, but they just change. They evolve very slowly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that leads me full circle to my initial statement. If that's the case, then black people are always going to have an inherent fucking mentality about the word nigger.
No, because I said they're slow to change. Not that they don't change. And that's
Okay.
why that's why what I said earlier was that it's going to take some generations before that actually
Yep. Come on.
stops.
Come on. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Because
So we're reeling them in. We're reeling them
I
in.
myself, I don't feel that way. My brother, I can't really say much for my one sister, but my brother, he doesn't see it that way. I that's why I'm like, it's not a community-based thing, it's an individual-based train of thought. Because you can have a seminar, you can talk to people about these things, and out of 30 people, maybe 20 of the people took what you said to heart, and they understand, they see them like they might change now or, relatively quicker. But then you have 10 people that are going to stay the same, and that's within the generation. And then when you go to the next generation, then it may be 8, it may be 5, it may be 1, and that's just within that area.
Within that area. Let me ask you this. You're in your 30s.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever have a Betamax?
A Betamax?
Mm-hmm.
A Betamax.
I take that as
no. Is that a computer?
It is not.
No, that sounds like an audio system.
It is not.
No,
I can give you the name that you probably know.
Go ahead.
Do you have a VCR?
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Smaller cassette tapes.
No. Okay. So Betamax and VCR came out. Actually, a Betamax was a better product. They came out around the same time.
And they had a smaller cassette tape. Not cassette tape, but it had a smaller,
yeah, the cassette. The cassette was
okay.
a little smaller on a Betamax, but it was a better unit.
Okay, I didn't have it, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you didn't because it's obsolete. You guys don't even. It was like not a thing to you.
No, but I'm saying I know what you're talking about. I seen a picture of one, but no, I didn't have one.
History, right?
Yeah.
So how fast? But do you still have a VCR?
Yeah. Well, my mom does.
Your mom has a VCR, but you don't.
Yeah.
Hell, do you even have a DVD player?
Yeah, I still got a DVD player.
One, huh? Just laying around doing nothing.
Man, let me tell you, it's broken, but I still got it.
It's broken. So you just got some broken, busted shit in your house. Okay. But think about it like this. Again, I'm showing you how everything's evolving, and it's evolving faster, and it's evolving more efficient. But you're still saying it's going to take several generations. So at what point is it going to go obsolete instead of continuing to slowly evolve?
Well, I can't answer that because that's very depicted on human nature and technology. Even though technology can go faster, there's no resistance to that. It's boom, an upgrade, boom, an update, boom, something newer, or something to upgrade on.
Okay, but you can't predict it. That's true because you can't see the future. But there is something called forecasting. Do you know what forecasting is?
Yeah, it's a predicament. What you believe the route that things are going to go.
You basically look at the past and see what you think the future is going to be. So over the last 50 years, how much have we evolved from the N-word and slavery and all of that shit?
I mean, slavery, yeah, it was pretty much non-existent. It's just a different form of it.
So it is existent. In your head,
huh?
it's existent. So it is.
Well,
existent.
slavery, in a sense, is like you were saying.
It is.
Yeah, it exists when you get arrested.
So again, over the last 50 years, how much have we evolved? How much have we evolved?
Are we just talking about humans, or are we talking about humans and technology based?
No, we're talking about black people.
Oh, my bad, man. All right. In the terms of how we raise our children and just in general how we are, I'm not trying to seem like a Debbie Downer, but very little.
Exactly. So your 30-year prediction forecast is looking like it may be right.
And what I do want to say though is that we do what's the word? It's not right. It's not. Yeah. We have more ability, and I'm not trying to say it like we were handicapped before, or anything, but based off of from where we were at just 50 years ago to now, we have more ability to do, to create, to be who we want to be. Now, with just that in itself, we actually see how far us as a people have came within just 50 years. Now, I'm not speaking on community based. I'm just talking about us as a people, whether that's individual and community based. But we have gotten far within the last 50 years. Granted, we're still not at a level where majority of us want to be as a whole, as a people. But that's why I did say around 30 years, because while we have progressed, faster just within that time, I want to assume that it'll be even faster because even though we're not, wasn't an equal footing, we are progressing very fast to where we will be. Now, yeah, I'll say that. I know it's like holes in there, but I feel comfortable with that.
I mean, there's a lot of components that you could consider holes in there, but I'll let you have that part. But
I
you're
appreciate
still,
that.
because at the end of the day, you're still glazing over my statement. Your 30-year prediction, which is something that is literally means that if you add the last 50 years and you add another 30, you're almost at 100 years. You're saying that we will hopefully be in a position where people won't feel a certain way about a word that means nothing to them.
Yes. Ultimately, yes, I am.
So here's the kicker. So we're like 80, 100 years out for hopefully having some evolution to this word, right?
Or this is what I can also say. So I'm not in the loop because I'm not out there in California like you guys are. But I know
It
there
doesn't
was
matter.
talk about reparations, right?
Yeah,
I know. I know. Just hear me out. So I believe that when there are large influxes of money between people's races of people, there's opportunity. Now, granted, I feel like majority of the people, whenever, if it even goes, if they first thing they want to do is, probably buy a house. But if they are able to pull together their money, buy to buy and be put in the industry, then that will change the settings of things. And it's hopeful. That again, I know a lot of what I'm saying is hopeful, and that's just because, like you said, forecasting in a sense. How many people really took advantage when we started getting money from like COVID and everything?
Oh my God. Okay, so that was your statement. Reparations is the key.
No, it's not the key, but
that's what you just said.
It's not. No, that's what I'm saying. Maybe. I didn't say maybe. It may.
You got a lot of maybes in here.
I do, because a lot of it right now, as it stands, these are ways, not ways to get out, but ways that to better ourselves. And that's just within California, I believe.
Let me make a prediction. If we get reparations, what's going to happen? Louis Vuitton will have record-breaking numbers.
My God.
Mercedes, any fucking car dealership that's high-end is going to make record sales. And LA, somewhere in California, will have a Guinness Book of World Record of robberies and murders.
Now, you know what? I'm 100% with you on that. I believe that's what a possibility of what will happen is what is it? I don't want to say. Well, if it exceeds a certain number, but self-genocide in a sense in California.
Well,
But I believe that's part of it. That's part of it. That's
it's
what
it's
may
kind of
happen.
it's kind of tough, dude, because it goes back to the statement I didn't want to really go after earlier when you were like, nah, man, they need to replace the housing and yada yada blah 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 blah. You do understand you guys fucked that up, right?
Yeah, I know how that happens.
You guys fucked that
Technically
up.
speaking, I wasn't part of that. I was a teenager.
Worked at,
So
but wait a minute, but you worked at Enterprise, right?
this is now. Back then, we're talking about 2008 and everything, right?
No, we're
Oh,
not.
you talking about recently?
We're talking about yes,
Oh,
because
okay.
in
Okay.
2000, okay, look, vibe with me
Okay.
here. I brought up a joke a while ago that I saw, and it sparked a big conversation between me and my homies, and it was very interesting. Did you ever watch Married with Children?
Yeah.
Okay, Married with Children was a fucking hilarious show for us, right?
Yeah, it was. Still is.
Right? But the dude was a shoe salesman in a mall making minimum wage, right?
Yeah.
He had a wife that didn't work. He had 2 kids, but this motherfucker owned a house and a car.
Yeah.
But he didn't spend his money frivolously at all, right?
You know what? I never really seen him in the show. I mean, he gave his wife some money. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's it.
No,
He
he
didn't
didn't.
spend any money, right?
He did it.
That's reality, dude.
Bro, I'm living that right
Okay, but
now.
I know back in the day, I had plenty of homies who they wanted a house, they thugged it out. That's it. Like literally, you're gonna be eating top ramen and crackers for 6 months trying to scrape that money together, but you're gonna get the money for the down. That same principle works now. The
It
only
does.
difference, is,
It does.
the only difference is everybody has shifted. I mean, I know a few homies in Nevada, and it's kind of the same way. If you want a house and you make LA money, move to San Bernardino, you buy a house.
Now, let
So,
me tell you, I did do that. So I did save my money, right? I played the stocks. I got a real nice return from the stocks, right? So I had my credit score was good. Wasn't great, but it was good enough to buy. And I still have the VA loan. So I reach out to a realtor, a couple, through the VA and outside the VA. Hey, I'm ready to buy a house. Okay. Well, with everything the way it is, you're going to need to come with more money. You can't use the VA's zero down. I just had more money, just to have more money if I needed to, right, man? Zero down. Tell me why I couldn't even do that. I had to come to the playing table with over $10,000.
Because the housing market, they were doing funny money loans. So now, even regardless of the VA loan, they're still like, okay, the VA loan says you should get zero down, but depending on the house you're getting, if that person is like, fuck that, I don't trust this person, like you need to come with at least 10,000 because this is $600,000 house, whatever. You need to come up with some money. But if that was the situation, you just have to look somewhere else. My nephew fucking is in the military, and he used this fucking situation to get a place in Georgia.
He was able to get it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's good.
And he's younger than you.
Shoot, all I can say to that is that when I came, I had the money, but they didn't even bother to look. They just said based off, like you said, based off of how everything is right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I still would have been able or should have been able to do it. But during that time, like you said, with people taking out loans and moving
Yeah,
from California out here, it fucked
yeah,
up everything.
yeah. Because they're driving the price up. Because I have another homie who is in the reserves, and he lives in Nevada, and he's having a house custom built.
I thought
Like,
about that.
it's out there. You can make your shit work for you, but again, you just gotta have the knowledge of the ins and outs of it, because the people are going to tell you no, and it's not a black or white thing. It's a fact of right now. If I say no, but the dude behind you's like, "Hey, fuck that! I'm willing to give you 20,000. Are you gonna take the 20,000 down, or you gonna try to go thug it out with you?"
I'm gonna take the 20,000 down.
Exactly. You understand, I have a bunch of homies that live in Vegas, and all of them are telling me the same thing, not about the buying, but the renting. They're saying to rent a place
Yes,
down there right now is damn near impossible.
bro. It went up. We went from one place, and now when we moved from the place that Brittany was staying at originally, it was when
Mm-hmm.
things were still down, and we needed
Mm-hmm.
more room because we needed a 3 bedroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
I found one here where I'm staying. It was $1,500, $700 more.
Yep.
What the fuck? Every month, every year, it keeps going up. Now it's in the
Going up.
18, almost 1900 for this
Exactly.
place, and it was like, okay, still, what the fuck? It costs way more to rent out here. And then when I was out here not that long ago, a couple years and everything, right? It was eight
Mm-hmm.
hundred dollars to rent a 3 bedroom, 3 bath, with a little garage, not a like house, but a what do you call that? A trailer house, I guess, like the stationary ones that are built in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Like
New,
double wide.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and a little community,
Yeah.
really small. I was like, this is gonna be nice. We can afford it now. Coming back, no, I should have stayed in that $800 place and made it work and everything, just some chill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like live and learn type situation, but that's one of the things where it's just like I was predicting everything would go down and I'd be able to afford it instead of going up. Someone out here, my coworker, she sold her house. She bought it for two
Mm-hmm.
hundred dollars, $1,000. Had an open house. Had a couple come in from California. Told her that
Cash.
if she would sell the house to them, they would give her an extra $200,000 on top of the market price.
Yep. Yep.
And guess what she did? She did exactly that.
Hell yeah. Because everybody was doing that, and people keep saying, "Oh, it's California." No, California has always been the driving force. That's why I've always told G, California goes down, the country's fucked. The only thing they got to look forward to is New York. Everybody else will follow suit. And now they're like, "Oh, well, people are moving out." You know how many people I know moving back in? The only thing is, it's just like a VIP club. To move in, you got to have your shit in, like, is ready to go, because you can't afford to just come down here. Like, I've known plenty of people that went to Arizona, Nevada without a plan. They just go down there and that's it. They figure it out. You cannot do that in California unless
No,
you want to be homeless for a little bit.
shit, man. The way it works right now, I've been hearing a lot of people's plans on what they do for like their children and everything. And I honestly, it's a terrific idea to me. Even though like I get like we want our space when our children are older, I'm not gonna kick my kids out. They can stay here for until they're done. If they go to college or whatever, until they got a plan. But
Yeah.
25, 26, I'm fine with that. My mom was nice enough for us to be that way. It helped out tremendously. Because I was one of those people. I didn't know how the world worked. I thought like once I turned 18, everything was just gonna be like magically imprinted on my brain. No.
But that's because there's a lot of people, like I told you, that kid, his shit wasn't printed. When he turned 18, his shit was ready to go. There's a lot of people like that. We aren't like that. And then the whole staying at home. I have a couple of homies that are from Europe, and they tell you flat out, this is nothing new for them. Shit, their parents, they would stay with their parents till they was 30, 40. It didn't matter until they had some shit to move out to. What the fuck do you need to move out for?
That part. I really think it's just dependent on the parent-child relationship. You know,
like, oh, you got something to prove, so you want to go out and thug it out, and then end up losing everything. You still gonna go back to the house, so it doesn't matter.
fair enough, man. I swear, if I knew the lessons I learned today, back then, everything would be different. And I say that now, I can still change it. You know, it just takes a while to flip everything that you have going on and doing right now to like
exactly. But it's not just that. It takes people in the community that are willing to sit there and talk to the younger people so they understand. They don't have to make, like G knows, I have a group of little homies that literally come and hang out with me at least twice a week, and we talk about everything. We talk about business. We talk about just being, like I told a couple of them, like, bro, you guys just need to get a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, they want to be creative and they want to own their own stuff, but I'm like, if you can't handle working a 40-hour week, you cannot run a business.
Well, that and the fact that you working, you know, is going to help you reach your goals faster, help you fund your business.
Nope, doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. If you could have someone could handle business. If you cannot do a 40-hour week for somebody, you are not gonna work an 80-hour week for yourself.
Okay, I can see that.
I'm sorry. It's the cold. Like my these little homies, they see me and they're like, oh my God, I want to be like you. You got your own business. I'm like, you understand, I'm married to this motherfucker, right? I'm here. Even when I'm off, the workers call me. I gotta answer. I gotta stop everything, answer the question. I'm in Arizona, literally calling my fucking workers like, hey bro, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I need to do this. I'm looking at the camera. Motherfuckers watching me watch the camera like, all right, yeah. Hey dog, wait a minute, what's this guy doing? Hold on, give me a minute. Let me call this dude. These kids don't even want to get up and work an 8-hour shift. What makes me think y'all gonna stop having fun to sit there and make sure that people are doing stuff to make money in your shop?
That part is true.
Now,
I'm not on your level, man, but those hours, I'm probably just 20 hours short of what you work.
But check this out. This is the most fun, the hilarious part. I watched a documentary about a dude who he's like an influencer. That's what every kid wants to be now. Every kid wants to be an influencer. So this dude worked a job and he was doing the influencing, and then he got popular. And so he was like, the hell with this, I'm making money, I'm gonna just be an influencer. And he did it for like, I don't know, something like 4 months. And then he went back in the documentary and said, I actually hate being an influencer now. He's like, before I would go to work, 8 hours, then I would come home and I would put in 3-4 hours worth of content work, and it was fun and it was great. Now I get up every morning and I friggin' content all day to make sure I get enough money to pay my bills. So he's like, this is a job.
The fun out?
Yeah, it's a job now. It's not fun anymore. It's a job. And he was like, I don't actually want to do this anymore. He'd rather go find a job.
Did he quit being an influencer altogether, or just go get the job and then kind of made his way back to?
I never actually got to the end of it, but I guess there's more than one. There's a bunch of people from what because I brought it up in a conversation with some of the homies, and they were like, oh yeah, this dude, that dude. I'm like, it happens because why? Kids want things to be fun because we have fucked up again and taught them that. Participation awards means nobody loses. Everybody has fun means nobody puts in the hard work to be the better than somebody. Like when I grew up, it was competition. You could get cut from anything. I remember kids back in the day losing a spelling bee and going and crying and being devastated for like a couple days because they weren't the best. But then they work harder and they win the next year. I watched people play sports and completely get blown out in the championship game in front of their friends and family and just be all messed up in the head. But then they come back and they try harder next year. They put more effort in. They want to win. Now,
see, that's why I like.
care.
That's why I like football, because I feel exactly like that. If someone's stronger or faster than you put in the work, you come back and you fight, go against them the next time. And if you better than them, then it paid off. And now you just
Yeah,
have to look forward to the next person to,
but what does
face a
that?
challenge.
But what does that matter? Our kids nowadays get participation awards in football too. Oh, little Timmy, you did good this year. What did you do? You played what? 3 minutes? You got you fell down and tied your shoe on. Good. Here's a trophy. That not only degrades the people that put in the hard work, but that makes him feel just as fucking competent as this guy. So now what happens is you push these kids along, giving them participation awards and telling them that everything's going to be okay, and telling them you can't tell this person that they suck in anything because it's going to hurt their confidence. And then they turn 25 years old and they get put in a job that the owner's like, man, you are suck, you're fired. Then these kids jump off a bridge or blow their brains out or tell people they can't take life anymore. You do understand kids are fucking stressed out now in school, but technology has made it so much easier for them.
That I do know.
Well, tell me how that's possible.
Shoot.
I would have killed. I would have killed for a book report to take me 2 hours and not 2 fucking weeks.
Actually, I experienced that. I know what you mean. When I was in middle school, I went to the fucking library. That shit took a long ass time because you have to go to school. You still have things and chores you have to do, and even then, when you're done, you only have so much you can write about before you go back the next day again. But it also made all that information stick in your mind instead of how it is today. Like they forget or they don't know. No.
So yeah, tell me how that's possible. Because kids have to deal with everything. Oh my God, you don't understand what the kids have to deal with nowadays. What do they have to deal with that's different? In theory,
in all honesty, not that much.
In theory, every generation gets easier because we or the adults don't want to see the kids struggle like they did. So they find out ways to make it easier. Like I said, a book report now, you sit there, you open your laptop, you Google a couple of things, you start typing, and then you're done. Back in the day, you had to go to the library, check out the books, read the books, do a rough draft in pencil, then rewrite that motherfucker for a second.
I remember that shit.
Then at the end,
yeah,
and then they had to be approved. You had to submit the damn rough draft, and then with the corrections, you had to go back and recorrect. You had to submit it again, and then at the end, you had to type the motherfucker.
I forgot about that process, man. That brings back memories.
The coldest fucking game, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, these kids, man, they'll come in the house and in 10 minutes they're done with their homework and they playing video games. We couldn't touch a video game until fucking Friday night because every day you're doing 3 hours of homework.
Remember drinking out the? Remember when you were allowed to go outside and you couldn't come outside? You had to drink out of the water hose.
Oh, fuck, what do you mean drink out of? Man, that was it. That was the best part for me. No, the thing with us was you took whatever you needed. So we weren't playing basketball, but a basketball would come. We would hop on your bike. You would grab a bottle of water or whatever, and a cup or some shit, and a bag of chips, and a basketball, and a football, and somebody would grab a bat and a baseball, and you guys would be gone. They would not see you again for the rest of the day because you knew. Fuck that. On Saturday, you left the house at 8 o'clock and you did not come back till that damn street light came on. Because the minute you came back, your parent would tell you whatever you forgot to do before you left, and you would need to go in there and do it, and that would be the rest of your fun day gone. These kids now got rights, so they can sit in their fucking room and be like, go away, Mom. This is my personal space. It's my time. I need me time. My therapist said I need me time. Man, I will knock your ass out right now.
Man, I've seen this one video, and I feel exactly what the dad would do. I think it was his daughter. I don't know if that was his son or daughter. Said, and I told you I'd do the dishes after I got done playing the game, right? He took a bat, or I think it was the guitar, and broke that TV. He said, all right, and then walked away.
Yeah. I mean, I kid you not, I had a kid come into my shop and tell me he was gonna kill himself because his mom took his phone away. And that meant he couldn't talk to. Do you understand? Kids have the most friends now, but are the loneliest that they've ever
Because
been.
their friends there's no substance. These are all people online. I have 2,500 friends.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you know none of them.
Where you going this Saturday?
And you know none of them. What do you mean? Where am I going this Saturday? We're gonna go play. We're gonna go play whatever fucking I don't know, WoW or whatever Bandicoot. I don't know, some stupid ass shit. We're gonna go play the COD. And why is everything got to be abbreviated now?
I actually didn't even notice that until right now. It really is. Everything is abbreviated.
We're gonna play COD. No, fuck that. I don't want to play COD. I want to play 2K. Oh, what the fuck? I want to play 2K5, dog. We're gonna play 2K5. No. No, I want to play whatever. I want to play WoW. I want to play blah blah blah. I want to play bull. Like it's nothing. You can't pronounce a whole goddamn word. They can't speak in sentences.
Man, you know what? The more we talk about this, the more I'm reminiscing and miss when I was younger times.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you didn't have a basketball court? You take a basket and make it into a basketball court.
You would throw the ball at the backboard with no hoop and pretend like it shit went in.
As long as it hit that middle part right there, then that's a point. It counts.
Dude, you could break something like an arm and still would not go home.
Because then you was in for the rest of the day.
Shit.
Going to the hospital, you was out.
And you would
and you
hide
still
that
had to go to school on Monday.
You would hide that shit until it sort of healed. Because you knew when you went to the hospital, that was it. You was down for the rest of the summer. You was down for whatever. And you was going to get in trouble because the reason you broke it because you did something stupid.
Then you have to tell your mom or dad what you did. Or your friends will get in trouble because then they had to tell them because they was with you.
Dude, someone pointed out something hilarious. They said, the funny thing is, to kids nowadays, this is a death wish. But for kids back in the day, this was fucking hours of enjoyment. And it was literally a fucking like a 2x4 or a 2x6 and like a bunch of bricks.
That was fun.
And I literally had one of the little homies go, well, what the fuck does that mean? I'm like, bro, you would go in the middle of the street, you would stack the bricks up, and you would put the fucking 2x6 on there. That was a ramp. You know how small that fucking bridge is when you get on that? And there was no getting off that shit when you actually committed to going up on that board. You had to see that shit through. You know how many forks and shit were bent coming off that damn thing wrong? People fucking up shit, bruising rib cages, going flipping over handlebars. All kind of shit would get busted and broke. And your parents would never know. Your parents would never know because you and the homies would devise a plan and turn into MacGyver. And all of a sudden, your bike would be semi-working by the time you got home because you was getting a whooping if your bike was fucked up.
I remember going over dirt gaps and everything on the bike. Shit, I knew I wouldn't make it. It was still fun to do.
Yeah. You would hit, and people nowadays would look at that fall and be like, that kid's dead. And all they would hear was laughter coming out of the hole. Like, that shit was crazy. Did you see what happened, bro? Look, my arm doesn't work. Holy fuck, I think I broke my hand. And the only time, if it was really bad, like this dude tried to do a flip and broke his leg, the statement was, call my dad, bro. Because your dad has got a shot. You got a shot with your dad. He gonna try to dust you off and try to figure it out. You was either trying to call your older brother or your dad. You was not calling your mom because that was it.
That was it. Everybody be in trouble, even if people wasn't in their trouble.
Yep. So all of that being said, again, fucking, that's the majority of the thing. These kids aren't fucking being set up right because we're not doing it. And then when they get out in the world, we just kind of dump them off. Oh yeah, you want to go out? Good luck, motherfucker. Good luck, do it. And then when they get anxiety and they're on all kind of fucking medication and therapy and all fucked up, then we're like, man, this sucks. So then they go and demand rights. They always demand rights. They demanded rights when they was kids. Then they get older and they're like, look, man, I knew plenty of people that worked at McDonald's. And they made shit wages. The minimum wage that time was like, when people were buying $250,000 houses, minimum wage was like $5.75. You do know that, right?
Oh man, I thought it was like 8.
No. If you go back and look, when those houses were coming up 100, 200,000 minimum wage, you can even say $6.75.
Yeah, but everything else was affordable to go along with. Well, I can't say affordable.
What?
Let me say
What was?
Everything else. Well, you can still buy multitudes of things with that check.
Like what?
Groceries. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay. You could buy groceries, right?
Yeah, not a whole lot of them, but enough.
Exact, right? And now you can buy not a whole lot of groceries. The only problem is people have gotten the mentality of having more.
That's true.
That little bit of groceries you used to get with that little ass minimum wage check ain't enough no more. You want more because your brain has gotten established to that. We literally had this argument 2 weeks ago because the homies were like, "Oh, inflation is stupid." I'm like, "Think about it. Inflation is right. If we don't have it, we're just gonna go under anyway." And then they started bringing up shit. Okay, 675. Okay, well, 675. When shit was 675 an hour, fucking jumbo jack at Burger Jack in the Box was $1.99 or
No, I think it was
$2.99.
like $1.70.
Oh, $1.99, $1.79. Okay, bet.
Because
Now,
I know that I know what you mean because this is what I go off of. That big cheeseburger that Jack in the Box has that used to be 99 cents. And when I was in middle school, in high school, and then now it's like $2 and something cents before taxes.
Okay, so let's look at it like this. When you were in high school, what was minimum wage?
$8, I think, $8 or $10.
Let's say
depends on where you worked at.
Let's say it's $8.75. Fuck that. Let's give you $9.75. We'll split the difference, right? So it was 99 cents. It was $1, and minimum wage was $9.75, right?
Yeah.
Minimum wage now is $16.
Where? Because it's $10 out here.
Oh, out there. We're talking about California.
California, yeah, $16. 15, I know for sure. 16. Did they go up? Because it hasn't hit it yet, right?
Well, no, they should be going up to. They're trying to go up to 18.
Yeah, they need to stop. Like when I was younger, I had the same mentality. Like I was like, yeah, I want more money. I want more money for this job I'm doing. But now that I'm older and I actually understand, it's like, yeah, no, I don't want more money. I just want you to fix the economy.
But that is fixing the economy because so now your minimum wage went from $9 to $16.
Yeah.
But that cheeseburger went from $1 to $3.
Yeah.
Now the problem with that is now McDonald's workers are making $16 an hour, right?
Yeah.
So the skilled worker that was making $16 an hour, they're gonna be like, well, shit, why don't I get a job at McDonald's? Well, so they need to keep those people because they're skilled workers. So now they have to pay them $30 an hour.
True.
So it's a domino effect. The people that are making 30 need to make 50. The people that are making 50 need to make 100.
Now it's good, but there are some negatives about that. The first thing is whenever
All
there's
of it's
any
negative.
implementation of an increase, you don't get that pay increase right away. You get that pay increase usually like a year or so later. By that time, though, everything's already went up, though. Because as soon as it's like, yeah, everything's gonna, you can get paid more, and I understand it's a little line that they need in order to bring up the profit so they can actually pay you more, but everything goes up. So even if you're in a job that even though minimum wage went up, but unfortunately they're not going to pay you more because you're already paid more than minimum wage, now you're paying more. On top of that, I mean, that's just everything that goes up. The price of everything goes up.
Yeah, because it has to. For us to not be completely destitute, it has to. Okay, let's make a very simple assumption. You have 10 homeboys, right?
Yeah.
I give you $1, right?
Uh-huh.
You have $1, they don't have $1. Let's
Yeah.
say I give all of you guys $1.
Okay.
Does that dollar mean anything to you anymore? Huh?
I mean,
okay, and now
there's
okay,
not,
so
I know it's not a trick question. I know it's not. It's just a yes and a no. Yes, because I have $1. No, because everyone has the same amount as me.
Exactly. So now let me give you a homeboy $5. Does that
Uh-huh.
$5 mean a lot to everybody else?
If that homeboy is about to go buy us some food, yeah.
Right. Well, exactly. The rest of you guys
but
only
if
have
not,
dollars, right?
yeah. If not, then no.
But let me give all you guys $5. Does that $5 make a damn bit of difference?
Only what we can afford.
Okay, so now we're talking about a Ferrari. Let's say a Ferrari costs $5.
Bruh. All right.
It's just okay. $5.
Yeah, no. I get you. I know.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
now that guy can get the Ferrari, but you guys can't, right? Because you guys only have $1. So that makes that car elite, right?
Yeah.
That makes that $5 really valuable because you can buy a Ferrari. Let's say everybody on Earth has $5 though.
Okay.
Does that make a damn bit of difference? If because everybody's gonna have Ferrari, right?
Only for the people doing the Ferrari. I mean, only for Ferrari the company. The only thing that's going to go up is the value. The value of the cars can go up because now they know that people want and can afford it. But outside of that, it's the value.
No, that's wrong. The value of the car goes down. The reason that people want an Aston Martin, do you know how they present an Aston Martin to people?
They don't, because the only people who can afford it can afford it.
No, they do. They Aston Martin doesn't have any commercials. They don't do any marketing. They say if you want an Aston Martin, you fucking you want an Aston Martin. But I've had homies that bought Aston Martins. You buy the damn car, they build it, and then they call you and say, hey, come down and pick up the car. And when you pick up the car, they take you in this back room, and the room is like a giant vault. Like it's like a giant vault. And then they say, all right, go and turn the handle. And you turn the handle on the vault, and the vault door opens, and your Aston Martin is sitting on the turntable inside.
Presentation?
Yes, that means you are elite. You own an Aston Martin, and now you have a key to that Aston Martin, which gets you access to the Aston Martin VIP lounge anytime you want. What if they did that for Toyota?
Toyota would be exclusive at that point.
No, everybody, Toyota's the most purchased car in North America. So
how many goddamn
people would have? Yeah, so
I mean,
that lounge wouldn't
raise
need
the
anything.
price. If you raise the price up, that's what I was thinking you was meant.
Even if you raise the price up, but everybody still buys them, it's not fucking, it's whatever. It's just Toyota. Who gives a shit? Think about it. If you have exclusive fucking access to a lounge where you get shared wine and champagne and they give you massages and everything, that's something really cool for you, right?
Yeah, man. Shit.
But
It's all free,
every
right? That's included.
exactly free,
Yeah.
100% free. Anytime you want, you can call up and they'll pick you up in a helicopter and take you over there if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's dope,
That's
right?
definitely yes. That's hella dope.
Now let's say all your homies get access to it. Is that dope anymore, or is it just it's like going to fucking the movies?
See, that's a trick question. If my homies, yes. If it was just anybody, no.
I mean,
That's what that. Yeah. So I mean, answering your question, yes. Let's just put it in a different way. No, no, it
okay,
wouldn't be cool anymore if everyone had access to
no,
it.
it's just normal. So the value of it goes down. It's not going up because oh yeah, everybody can get. No, the value actually goes down. The reason Ferrari is so sought after, the reason Lamborghini is so sought after, because not everybody can get them. Everybody can get a goddamn Honda. Everybody can get a fucking a piece of shit used Civic, but not everybody can go and buy an Aston Martin. Nobody can buy a Maserati.
That's true.
That's what makes it so valuable. When they plate cars, when they serial plate cars, they
Uh-huh.
say my neighbor, he's got a Corvette. He's like, bro, this is a signature edition 50th anniversary plated Corvette, and it's number 17. Oh shit, that's dope. Out of 100, there's only 17. This is number 17 out of the 100 made, and there was only 100 made. That is valuable. He spent a lot of money on that car. If that was plate 50 out of 10 billion, no one would give a shit.
No. No, they don't.
So the higher you guys drive up the value of the money that of the menial jobs that people are doing, working at Burger King and McDonald's and shit like that, the more everybody else's money drives up. But the more everything else is gonna inflate because you gotta have some shit keep their value. If they don't keep their value, then our fucking shit means nothing. Then that means our dollar won't mean anything after that.
Yes, that's why I was getting at when I was telling you when I said earlier about wanting it to everything to go back down. If I would rather take a raise or if I'd rather have them fix the economy. That's what I meant. It's the dollar value. Ultimately, if everything keeps showing up, I don't know to what level, but it would be worthless, or it would be worth less in other countries.
If everybody's a 1%er, is there still a 1%er?
No.
There you have it. But yeah, so that's the thing. Housing market's gonna go up, food's gonna go up, everything's gonna go up because if I make fucking 60,000 or I make $150,000 a year, and everything stays at the value of to make a $30,000 a year person survive. I'm now rich, and if I can be rich working at McDonald's, we're done here. We're done. We are fucking done. There's nothing else you can do.
Don't you make your first million, sir? Or flip some patties.
But then again, homies used to always fucking have apartments and shit like that. But you know what they did? You had roommates.
That's true, they did. Made everything affordable.
Exactly.
Well, not that it was not affordable, but made it even more affordable.
It made it affordable. You guys will be, if you went out, all y'all motherfuckers was in one car. Y'all splitting gas. Y'all splitting food. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was in the apartment. Y'all splitting bills. Nowadays, you know why they can't do that? Because one guy will take his money and go, damn, I got $1,000. Should I put it on rent or should I buy this new Louis V belt and Gucci socks. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna keep this $50, and this $50 gonna last me the next 2 weeks.
Hell no. Well, yeah, they do that.
They all, and again, that's why I said so they don't have money management skills. So now you take that same $200 that guy just blew, right, or $1,000 that dude just blew, right?
Uh-huh.
Now you hand him $500,000 for reparations. You think
Most likely gonna blow it.
Right? It's gonna be a hell of a blow, man. He's gonna fucking buy, he's gonna have all kind of anything that he's ever heard in a rap song. He's gonna have Chris Style.
Exactly.
He's gonna have Louis Gucci.
But what I will say, on the opposite end, for those people who know about those things and they know, guess what they're gonna do?
They're gonna become 1%ers.
That, and they're gonna invest in those stocks that they know are about to go up.
They're gonna turn into 1%ers. And guess what? When you turn into a 1%er, guess who they're not gonna hang out with anymore?
Those same people that were hanging out with before, who are
The
now spend all his damn money on
belt. The guy that got the Gucci belt and Louis shoes, all that shit. He's not gonna hang out with that guy anymore because, again, they're not gonna have nothing to talk about.
Not even the same mindset, I believe.
Nope, because all that other guy's gonna do is when he runs out of money, he's gonna ask to borrow some money. Hey, bro, I know you got it, man. Come on, man, hook me up. Hey, man, give me $100. Let me hold $100 because this 50 didn't last me the whole 2 weeks, so I'm gonna need gas money.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Nah. See, but that's just the thing too. When if it does happen, I knew some shit like that was going to happen in the first place. Like you're going to have a percentage of people that spend their money on bullshit. You know, a percentage of people that invest their money. You're going to have a percentage of people who save their money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only worthwhile investment I even see is if you put a down payment on a house. That's really it. Outside of that, you just might as well just ride the wave. Save that money.
The interesting thing is, if you look at Rich Dad Poor Dad, he says that something like that, not to all people, will be an asset. Sometimes it's just a liability.
Oh, the house?
Yeah.
Depends on the lifestyle. For me personally, it'd be an asset. Just because of the family setting. If I didn't have a family, in all honesty, I went through a couple scenarios in my head, before this, just in general, because I've had situations where it was just like you want to be prepared in case shit happens or have an idea of shit, so you can be able to go through it. Man, I think I'd rather be like one of those people that live that has not an RV, but like a van or a truck, and they convert it into like a sleeping thing, not sleeping station. That's what I actually would like. Van life or truck life. If I didn't have kids or anything like that. You can drive the way you want to go. It's not that, if you need to fix your car or whatever, that's what, 1 month's rent right there. Other than that, you're just saving up on everything. You go to a 24-hour fitness area, you have access to, electricity and everything if you need it outside of your car, access to showers, warm up food and whatnot. So, yeah, I thought about this very thoroughly if I were, how I would do something if this was an outcome or this and that. And just save money or invest money or do both.
Yep. So again, the whole house thing only works in certain scenarios with you. It's not at all across the board asset.
Now, if you were to rent it out, though, if you bought one and rented it out, no, you don't even need to buy one. No, you need to buy one. You buy it, no, a fourplex in that case. You buy a fourplex and just rent it out and then just live in your car. Or you would live in the fourplex because everyone else is paying your rent, thus it pays your rent.
Mm-hmm.
But still the same thing. When you have other people living with you or renting from you, then you also have to worry about the utilities of going in and out or fixing up the house or having to do this and do that. So it does depend. You're right. It's an asset or a liability depending on what you're doing and how you look at it.
I got a homeboy who has a house. He owns a house, and he rents it out. He has a tenant in there, and he lives in a one-bedroom apartment. He gets all the tax benefits of being a homeowner, but he lives in an apartment. He doesn't have to worry about association fees. He doesn't have to worry about Melrose. He doesn't have to worry about gardening. He doesn't have to worry about any of that shit. Parks his car in his garage. He goes into his little apartment, and then that's it. He doesn't have to worry about shit breaking. The dishwasher breaks in the apartment. Somebody's coming in to fix it. And he loves that situation because he's getting constant money. The half of the money that he makes on the house goes to his rent.
So he's set.
Yep. But you just have to look at your situation without being fucking distracted with society's noise, because they're going to tell you what the standard and what the status quo is, what you should be doing, but that may or may not fit with what you want to be doing with your life.
True. Especially in
But
today's day and age.
Yep, but there's nobody to sit there and try to sit us down and teach us this. So by the time we figure it out, we're already behind the eight ball and we're just chasing check to check.
That's true. No, Galvin.
Like, I can answer your other question now too, since we've had this conversation. You asked about credit card versus debit card, right?
Yeah.
And I said, man, you're thinking about this completely off, right? Now, what I would do, and what I've explained to people to do in the past, and I'm explaining to the little homies right now to do, is you're going to get both. You're going to get a secured credit card, especially if the person is under the age of 16. You're going to get them a secured credit card. It's going to have their name on it, and basically they're going to earn money to be put onto the card. Now what happens is that card is a credit card, but the credit card is backed with your own money like a debit card. So you pay that bill and it's just replenishing the card like you would do a debit card. But what happens is it's a credit card. So now you're building your credit. If you ever
I've used one before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've done one before, and you're right. It does work.
Mm-hmm.
I still got one there exactly. I never like closed it down.
Exactly. It's like, it's smart to use it, just have it and not use it, and just use it for purchases you know you can pay off, just like debit. But then it always reflects on your credit, so you're building your credit score.
Galvin.
At one point, I built a 790 credit score with a $250 credit card.
That's hella good, man.
Yeah, but you just have to have the right mentality for it.
Have everything paid off before the date that it sends everything in to the credit companies.
I had the mentality, if I can't afford to buy it, I ain't buying it. But
that's
then
first.
I got the secured card, and I would just use it. So I would have the money, and I would use the card, and then wait till the balance hit, and then I would pay it off. So that showed good credit standing, and that's how you boost your credit score. Did
I
you
know I
so
need to do
also?
that right now because I'm trying to pay off a credit card from some dental work I had to get done. But once that's done, I'm gonna use a smaller credit card, and I'm gonna go about doing it that way.
Okay, now here's an interesting thing. You want to know how you can make some money just by having some decent credit cards?
Pay the
If you
bills, but then
okay,
pay the bills or pay your utilities or pay your rent if you have it, and then pay what you would pay then pay your credit card right off.
no, hold on to your credit card and don't touch it as long as you can. Hell, 5 years, and then start using it monetarily. But you have to get length on the card, which means you need 5, 7 years or some crap like that, right?
Uh-huh.
But the thing is, once you get that, if your card has less than a 40% balance on it, you could sell your fucking cards authorized users for money.
How does that work?
Easy. People do, big businesses do this shit all the time. So let's say G, he wants to build his credit, but he can't. What you do is you go through a company that gets authorized users. That company finds you. You have a fucking $15,000 credit card that's got $2,000 balance on it. That's been in good standings for like 7, 10 years. All
Uh-huh.
right, dope. You take that card and you say, all right, I'll let G be an authorized user on this account. He can't spend no money on it, but we'll put him on the card for 3 months. Once he's on your card for 3 months as an authorized user, that card hits his credit report and gives him a good line of credit, which then boosts his credit score. He pays you cash of like $500 then. After 3 months, he gets taken off the card. That job is done, and then he goes figures out something else.
That's
Most
nice.
bigger most bigger credit cards will let you have 2 and 3 authorized users on the account. So you could technically load up your authorized users and be making $1,500 every quarter.
I like that. Is there a company that can do that right now?
You can literally go on Google and look the shit up. But again,
What's the name of the process called?
it just say authorized. Like what the fuck is it again? Like we looked it up a while because I have a homie that does it. It's like fucking adding authorized users to build credit or some bullshit like that. And there's a couple of companies. Like, if you give me a day or two, I'll look the shit up again, or I'll call a homie and he'll give me the fucking the sites, and I'll just send them to G.
All right, yeah, I'll take that, man. I'll do that shit right now.
But you have to have like it has to be the certain criteria. Like it can't be no little like, oh, it's $500, nobody cares. It has to be a big line of credit, and it has to be in good stand. That means you have to be paying it on time. But you can make money off of it. There's major companies that do it. There's a proper term for it, but you can literally just Google what I said and shit'll just pop up, and you just go hunting through it.
I'm doing that right now. Cause I mean, like I got a pretty big credit card, but I don't want to do that for somebody else. I want to pay somebody, or for I can get a bigger credit. For my credit score can be bigger, or
Mm-hmm.
as fast as possible to get it back up to where it used to be.
But then again, like I said, I have a homie who does that. That's all he does is build credit. So, he's like, okay, you let me see your credit, let me see what's up with it. Okay, yeah, this and this. I could do that. And then you just pay him whatever. All right, he's like, all right, I'll do it for $2,000. $2,000, and then in like 3 months, 4 months, or some shit like that, your credit score is like heavy contender. That's like the figuring out how to get negative credit lines off your account and put positive ones on it.
I like what he does.
But again, You would not have known that if you wouldn't have talked to me right now.
Nope. I didn't know some shit like that was possible. The only thing I knew was like, getting authorized users on to bring up the credit score, but I didn't know that was a way you could actually make money from it.
Yep. And there's ways of deleting negative credit lines. That's why I tell G all the time. It's like the guys that I deal with now are different than back in the day. Back in the day, your homies was all like, yeah, let's go party, let's go drink, and let's go do this and that. I mean, granted, we hang out and do that shit too, but like, shit you not, you'll see me and my homies will be talking trash and all that stuff, and we can literally sit down and have a whole business conversation about everything. And that doesn't mean everybody has to agree and have the same views, but everybody has an educated statement on the topic, and I can respect your view just like you can respect mine, and understand everybody has their way of trying to get to that money. And if we work together, everybody can help everybody get to that money. Me and G have had several conversations where I'm like, look, man, I'm trying to just show you the game. Any questions you ask, man, if I got the answer to it, if that's my strong suit, I'm gonna give you the path.
Because I know that, not now, but once I get some experience doing this mental counseling, that's what I do when I open up my own practice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I'm gonna let you guys go.
I don't even know where G went.
Yeah, man. I think when you said he got kidnapped, it really happened. The second time he went back.
Yeah, I think he went to sleep.
I think they used the burlap sack. They was like, we're just gonna do it the old school way.
This dude is that's crazy. We've had a conversation for like over an hour, and G is like that dude's not there.
Is he even in the room?
Can you hear me now? Wait a minute. Can you hear me now? What the hell?
Oh, what's up? You wasn't kidnapped.
Fuck. Okay, hold
on. Are you in a safe place?
Nah, I had to go help. I had to go help the neighbor real quick. But yeah, for some reason my mic's not working. Hold on.
Is this neighbor a female?
So he left, and basically most of that shit we just talked about isn't even gonna be able to air.
What did you say?
I said G left, and now everything we talked about, most of that shit ain't even gonna be able to put on air.
Wait a minute. What can't be put on air?
Look, man, in the podcast.
All right, hold on.
It's 6:00.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. I wanna do one thing before we end, just real quick. Take 2 seconds.
Look, Adam's trying to go. Okay.
I know. I heard him. And I want to say,
you don't have babies crying in the background.
Yeah.
More.
So before we head out, I want to go ahead, and my bad, my mic quality isn't that good. My other mic for some reason stopped working. It's not coming on, so I had to switch mics to this cheap one. So, but before we go, I want to just quickly, because we got a comment, and as y'all know, I like, I want to give y'all a chance to be part of the podcast. So since we got a new comment, I just want to read it real quick before we head out. Sorry about this, people. It's taking a minute to load.
Is it about the Latin Gen X thing?
No. We're not. This is not live, man.
Oh.
I wish it was live. I mean, that's the goal for the future, is to be live. Like one day, man, we will be doing live podcasts. Mark my words. But the sad part is,
do a live edit. Live with these kids. We're like, hold up, go back. Any evidence was deleted.
Oh, okay. We had a couple of comments. All right. So I just want to read off some of these comments real quick, and then we're going to head forward. Okay. Just in case y'all want to respond. So we got 2 comments. Here we go. Okay, first one. Oh, are you kidding me? What is this? No! Fuck! I hate Google. No, I just give me 2 seconds. I'm not trying to take forever. This fucking Google want to be a bitch.
Man, Google knows that you were hit and you were burlap sacked, so it's just trying to confirm that it's not the person there.
I fuck, this is bullshit. I'm trying to hurry up. Just give me a few minutes. I'm gonna get through this quick.
You should
Hurry up.
already had this keyed up. You haven't said nothing in like 4 hours.
Well, I didn't know. I just saw it. Like I said,
Oh, good lord.
Yes, it's
I'm
me.
gonna play some music for you. Hold up. Where's my thing
No,
song at?
I'm here. Okay, we're good. Okay. Yeah, man.
Okay, come in.
All right. So, okay, I'm just glad to use the bad mic. So we got 2 comments. And if y'all want to respond, you're welcome to. You know, I would definitely, if you guys like to respond to any of these comments. So I'll just read 3. So we got 3 new comments. Here we go. So the first one is from somebody called LM, and it said many people don't have manners because of perception. There's no consensus. I think I'm saying that right.
Consensus, bro.
Yeah, consensus. Okay, I said it right. Cool. Okay. Shout out to you, Ellen. The next one is from Andrea Morcino. I think that's how you say it. I apologize. I'm not good with names. I'm trying my best. But here you go.
Know that's Moreno.
Adriana?
Oh, thank you. Adriana Moreno. Thank you.
Yeah. God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not great with my name. Adriana Moreno. Just compare the Trump administration with the Biden administration. Trump did a great job as president, but one wanted to admit it. He was not part of the script, and they didn't like that. Clinton, Bush, Obama, and Biden are part of the script. War, hunger, people.
I feel like Trump did do some good things, you know, and I just think that maybe his mouth was the thing that got him in trouble with a lot of people that made it seem like he was insensitive, you know, because you don't have to be sensitive as a person, but as a president, you do have to, you know, kind of be a certain type of way for the people, you know, equality and whatnot. But I just think his mouth got him in trouble.
All right, for sure. And then the last comment is from Chipper McManus. What am I watching? And I will reply live on stream. The future.
Ow.
That's what you're watching. You're watching the future. So I want to thank y'all for commenting. I definitely appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and end this podcast. So, but again, thank y'all for commenting. And make sure to leave your comments down below, whether it's here on the podcast or there on the Clips channel. We'll read as many as we can, but I want to make sure to get those out. So I want to thank y'all definitely. So let's go ahead and end this podcast. Once again, I want to apologize for the mic if it's not coming in well. I had to switch out. But anyways, so once again, I want to thank y'all for checking out the podcast. I want to thank Adam. I want to thank John. I almost got your name wrong. I want to thank Adam, and I want to thank James for coming on. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure, once again, on your way out to like and subscribe, share it, let your peoples know. Also, make sure to check us out on various different podcast platforms that you know we're on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, all the major ones, and even some smaller ones. Check us out all there. All the links are down below. You can also check me out on the Wisdom app where I do live talks once a week. As I record this video, I missed this week, but I will be back next week. Again, I don't tell y'all when I come on, but when I'm on, I'm on. And also remember, check us out on the Clips channel, Fit the Description podcast. You can find us everywhere. So once again, I want to thank y'all, appreciate y'all, and we'll definitely be back next week. All right, y'all.
Hey, I got something to say.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
G, I'm sorry that you didn't get your PS5, man. Sorry, not sorry.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Boo! Boo!
Man, I gotta go charge my PS5 controller real quick though. And what am I playing? I'm not gonna get a chance to play that. That's communal property now within the household. It's a Netflix movie. That's all my PS5 is. It's for Netflix.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. You got it this time. But next time, Adam, again, if we do it, and again, like I said, if we do another one, on Saturday. Adam will definitely be back. I guess he'll be part of the Saturday crew or the weekend crew if we want to do one.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right,
If
cool.
we do one on the weekday, just let me know the time.
So yeah, so we'll do that. But all right. But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for checking out this podcast, and y'all have a good one. All right. See ya.